ESPN LA with the Dodgers beating the Brewers.
Boog, have you ever seen a crazier play than that insane double play that we saw at the Dodgers game? And yes, we're going to do that ridiculous voice because it just, I don't know, it just kind of flows with baseball, I feel like, this time of year.
I like it.
But that,
yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you like it. That play, like, first of all, I'm
What
curious.
was that music, by the way?
That was the ESPN radio baseball music.
Oh.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah, and play it again for him. I mean, just so we make sure we had played the right music.
Yeah, let's lead it in.
You know?
Go.
We hate for us.
Oh, yeah.
Back here in Milwaukee, Dodgers Brewers game 1.
Yeah.
Is that okay, Boog?
Right.
We got the right music. We didn't screw it up, did we?
I like it.
Okay,
Sedano,
cool.
Do you get pukey on the football broadcast?
Never, dude. I don't get. Cap listens to watches all my games.
Mm-hmm.
So do I get puke? I don't get pukey at all, Cap. Right?
When you say pukey, Boog, just define pukey because he
like
may.
this.
Oh, like that? No, he doesn't say things like, "Welcome to Tallahassee, where the Florida State Seminoles are taking on the Campbell Cougars." He doesn't say it like that. Who are Campbell? Who's Campbell?
Camels, actually.
Oh, the Campbell Camels. My bad, yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, big dog.
The Campbell. They are the camels. The fighting camels. What do you want me to tell you? All right, listen.
Tell me.
Boog,
I'm listening.
That play, dude. Like I saw it. I had to rewind it on my TV. You had to call that in real time on radio, which had to have been incredibly difficult. Like, what did you make of that crazy double play, and how did you kind of process it in real time?
Well, in real time, I didn't realize. I thought he had tipped it to himself, so I didn't realize that it had hit off the wall. And then you're just sort of putting the pieces together, and then you realize what's happened, that it must have hit the wall because they're going for a force. Like Contreras obviously had a very good idea of what was going on because he never tried to tag Teoscar Hernandez at the plate, and then he went right to third. It's one of those plays. I'll tell you the one takeaway from it, as bizarre as the play is, and I've never seen a play like that, but it's a good example of just simple stuff, and you'd be amazed at how many people on the field, I think even at times, including managers, don't know the rules that well.
Yep.
So like he is allowed to tag once the ball hits Frelick's mitt. It does not have to be in Frelick's possession. So when he started to tag and then went back, that's where he's making his mistake. And I don't know that, most players know that.
Boog, I completely agree. And in fact, there was a play earlier this season. I don't know if you guys will remember it.
Wait, but Cappy, did you think he tipped it to himself?
Yes.
Because I did in real time watching the game on TV.
But I didn't know the rule. I'm willing to tell you guys I didn't know the rule. I thought that when the ball hit off his glove, then hit off his wall, but then never hit the ground and went back to his glove.
You thought he was out.
I thought it was an out. And Boog, I don't think I was alone necessarily in not knowing the rule. I was going to make an example. There was a play earlier in the NFL season where one of the players didn't realize that the ball was kicked off and it had been behind him, and he literally did not go get the ball, and the team that kicked off scored a touchdown because the ball had advanced 10 yards. Certain players don't know the rules. I mean, it's just and it seemed to me, Boog, like Dave Roberts was looking for an explanation. I think a lot of people thought that the ball hit the glove, the wall, the glove, that was an out. Why is that not an out?
Well, I can't answer the second thing. I mean, part of what happens is, that part makes sense. I don't think you should be able to catch stuff off of.
The wall is basically like the field of play at that point, right? Like if it hits off the wall, like that's it. That's in play. That's fair.
Although the interesting thing, and this makes Cap's point for him, and that is, if the ball last night hits the roof in fair territory. And stays in like it can be caught.
A roof scraper?
So, a roof scraper, like Freddie Freeman's home run almost hit the roof. So anyway, but it's as far as that last night. The other thing you got to remember is these guys aren't getting the benefit of replay or television. So like, they may not even know in real time that it did hit the wall. You know what I mean? Like you don't even know exactly what happened. So it's hard. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was nuts.
You know where else I was confused though, George? I'll tell you, and Boog, I'll tell you.
I mean, amongst many things.
Yeah. Well, the first part of it was I was wrong. I mean, I thought it was an out. I thought catch the ball was an out. So I was wrong there. Right. But then what I was having a really hard time figuring out until it was all slowed down and explained was why was Will Smith the player that needed to move from second to third? Because at the time there wasn't an explanation of it's a fair ball. Right. So therefore Muncy needs to get to first. The runner on first better get to second. The runner at second needs to get to third. I literally didn't have an idea of what was going on between home and first to second because I was focused on second to third. I admit I was totally lost in the entire play. Boog, how was it for you, as George asks earlier, like calling that in real time? Were you confused at all about
I think he just
absolutely
the multiple things?
Yeah. I was confused. There's no question. It was because I didn't know again in real time that it had hit the wall.
Right.
So then once they're once I realized that they're throwing home and they're turning it into a force out, then I realized, now this is going to be a double play.
Wow.
So that's sort of how that
an 8-6-2 and the first time in the history of the playoffs for an 8-6-2 double play. I mean, you know how the people say that, you watch a baseball game, you'll see something that you've never seen. That's something we've never seen. Crazy.
There you go.
Now, it was bizarre.
What was bizarre to me was the Blake Snell thing. Now, I actually would have gone with Sasaki because there is group text chats that I was like, I'm all in on Sasaki-san. And then, didn't go so well. But how did you feel about removing Blake Snell at that point when he's rolling with 10 strikeouts?
So, it's one of those things where I would not – I mean, in today's world, we go to the pen, right? We don't these guys just step on the gas. And for the most part, when they take him out, you just sort of – I don't know. I just sort of give the latitude to the managers. I thought maybe there was a chance that he would put him back out there. I again would tell you that the thing in my head in spots like this is there's just so much information down there that we don't have access to between the manager, the pitcher, and the pitching coach that maybe Blake Snell is just done. And so it's not quite as simple a decision as we think it is just watching it. So I think you got to give, there's got to be a little bit of latitude to the idea that they're handling more information than we have access to.
Yeah, but I was also, George, I wanted to see Blake Snell try and finish this thing off. And I think Blake has had a reputation of being a guy who only goes 5 innings, 6 innings. And yes. I feel like the Dodgers, and maybe it's Blake saying it to Dave, hey, I can stretch out and I want to go longer. But were you surprised, Boog, that Sasaki walked a couple of batters and then got taken out before he was able to finish the job? Because I think a lot of Dodger fans thought that they had found some, new freaky pitcher that was going to save the bullpen. What'd you think?
I mean, was surprised. I mean, that was definitely an outcome on the table. I mean, Roki Sasaki as elite reliever has been, is that idea is not even as old as the milk in my fridge. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, small sample size,
it's not particularly been happening for so long.
7 1/3 prior to yesterday. That's it.
I thought, and he hasn't pitched in a back-to-back yet. So that's kind of a stipulation for late inning relievers. You know what I mean? Be able to pitch one game and then pitch the next night. So look, he's got great stuff. So I think I don't know, what did I expect? I thought it was a moment. So it didn't floor me that he came in and walked some people, and that Dave got him out of there didn't surprise me either.
Is there any precedent for a guy that, the sport better than anybody, where, there's so many factors to this, right? Forget about a guy coming out who's been a starter to come out of the pen and try to close games. I don't know if there's a ton of precedent for that, let alone a guy who's coming off of an injury. Can you recall anything like that?
Oh, I think you see you see stuff like that where guys get, utilized in the postseason in a different way.
Well, I guess John Smoltz, right, is probably a guy that comes to mind, right?
Well,
that
he turned into a closer, right. You know what I mean? But not. It wasn't like mid-season.
Okay.
But I think I would also say this: like we're a game into the NLCS, so I don't think we have enough of a sample size to decide that he's their closer. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're saying no on the closer just yet? Okay.
I think, but like here's the one point. I don't even know if he can actually be the closer. Is he available tonight? Because he's never pitched back-to-back games.
Right.
So if it's 2-1 in the ninth tonight, forget about is he confident in him? Can he actually pitch? Right. If he can't pitch, it's going to be kind of hard for him to be their closer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair. That's totally fair. Now, you did the Cincinnati series on television, and clearly you've done a bunch of their games during the season. This bullpen has been certainly an issue this season, and it's driven everyone insane because, it's the most volatile thing in the sport, right? Like 1 year it could be good. Same guys can stink the next year. What have you made of just kind of the way that this thing has unfolded for them? And is it something that you think can be an Achilles heel for them moving forward?
Yeah, it definitely can be. I mean, I think, again, I think it can be an Achilles heel. I still would say look, for as much as people want to talk about leverage spots, like you can win the game in the first, second, third, and fourth innings. You know what I'm saying? Like you need 27 outs, and I'd rather be able to cover a large majority of them. But if it's an issue, it's going to be one of those things where Dodger fans are going to be popping the Tums, and it's going to be super uncomfortable. It definitely can be an Achilles heel. I mean, look, if they're going to play close games, you're going to need somebody in late stages to get outs, or multiple guys to get outs, and it's going to be tense and it's going to be hard. I think that part of how they solve it is if they score a little bit more, and if they get themselves a bigger type lead, then all the yucky bullpen turns into those two, terrible eighth innings against the Reds. That's how you fix it. But yeah, it can definitely be a problem. Like, could it end up costing them? Yes, it could end up costing them. But it's still, again, last year's team was bullpen dependent. This year's team is not. Their top five pitchers are all starters. So they're going to take down the majority of innings with their starters, not their bullpen.
Now, Cappy, interesting choice that Boog went there with Tums, considering that there used to be a Rolaids reliever of the year.
Right, Rolaids. Yeah.
You went Tums. Yeah. I thought Rolaids based on baseball, personally.
Better antacid, Rolaids or Tums? I don't know. But Rolaids is definitely more associated with baseball.
Both of those?
What's that?
Are they still making both of those?
Tums for
they're
sure.
definitely making Tums. I don't think there's any question.
Yeah,
about
Rolaids
that.
were kind of like lifesavers. They came in a stick, but Tums came in more of like a bottle, very chalky, colorful.
Yes, I just Googled it.
They were like vitamins.
Are they still making Rolaids? It says Rolaids are still being made and are widely available, actually.
Yes, but you're right. The Tums are kind of like adult Flintstones vitamins. They're very chalky, very colorful. Yes.
But you are right, Boog. Yeah. You are right. Rolaids was off the market for a while, but back on the market back in 2013.
But back on the market.
Yeah.
All
there it is.
And
I'm here.
Yeah.
Like a public service.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the Tums are all circular, whereas like the Flintstones have the Fred shape and the Barney shape and the Wilma shape and the Betty shape.
That's a good point.
Bam, bam.
But imagine if they merged those two.
Oh, yeah.
They made Rolaids, but they were in Flintstone shape.
Right.
So I would say Rolaids would probably, there'd be a surge in sales.
There's no doubt about it.
Well, I bet you Rolaids went downhill prior to 2013 because they were no longer the providing sponsor for the Rolaids reliever of the year.
Oh, how about that?
That's right. The fireman of the year. Yeah.
Did not know that. Hey, Boog, one more quick thing for you. Otani walked 3 times last night, and in the previous series, 1 for 18. So Dodgers finding ways to win even when their biggest, baddest hitter is not really producing. What are you expecting from Otani going forward in this series? You think he'll break out?
I will tell you, I don't know whether he'll break out. I personally, I did not think that in either instance, I did not think that the intentional walks, I did not agree with those moves tactically, because I just think even though it's Otani, like I think at a certain point, you're asking for trouble giving a team base runners, and especially with a caliber hitter of Betts behind him. I understand the year Mookie had. He did finish well. But the other thing is, I don't care who the first guy is. And I mean, you want to take like 2004 Bonds out of it. I would say when you look at it, like walking the bases loaded ends up being a very stressful situation, and it played out as much last night. When you do that, you basically turn the batter's batting average into his on-base percentage. It just makes it way harder on the pitcher. So I don't know whether he's gonna hit, but I would tell you this: if they keep intentionally walking him, I have a hard time believing that tactic will work. There's a reason the intentional walk is, as a general idea, dead in the sport. It's because of math.
Yeah. And look, the whole sport is mostly math these days, for sure. But and the American League, just one quick question before we let you go. Seattle, Toronto, obviously Seattle up 2-0.
No Yankees question from you, Sedano.
No, I haven't been really a Yankees fan in a long time.
Gave up that Yankee fandom, huh?
It's just hard to watch them. So I kind of became, and my kids like the Dodgers. My wife's a Dodgers fan. We've kind of are a Dodger family, like when we watch baseball.
I like that. Good for you.
Yeah. But the Mariners, like how good are they? Because I feel like, they've got great starting pitching. They've got some guys clearly, Dumper's fantastic. Rodriguez is fantastic. They've got guys that can hit. But, I watched them a little bit during the season because it's like it's them and the Angels after the Dodger games are over for whatever reason. I guess they start later. They're always on for an extra couple innings. So I watched them, and I felt like they were good, but I never got a real sense that they were like this dominant team. Are they just having a good run, do you think, or are they this good?
I mean, I think that they're a good team. I think that it also is, it's the way the playoffs are. Like random stuff can happen in these short little windows. So they're good enough. And then, when they play at their best, they're really good. I mean, if you're asking me who I think the better team is, I think the Blue Jays are the better team, right? I mean, in the same way, I think the Dodgers are the better team than the Brewers. Doesn't mean that they're going to win. It's the nature of the sport. We talk about it, a million times over. It's like the best team against the worst team in baseball. The best team's going to win, 69% of the time, and in the other major sports, it's probably closer to 90, right? So there's just a distinction in terms of consistency of play. A player, the caliber of Raleigh can go 0 for 12 over the course of a 3-game series, and you don't even think about it in the context of a regular season. But in the postseason, that can, basically doom their chances to win it all.
Cappy's I'm sure Cappy will be a big fan if the Seattle Mariners and Dodgers play. I mean, even though he'll want the Dodgers to win, sort of, I guess. But, Cappy's Cal Riley's a wall scraper, a roof scraper when he hits home runs. Cappy's more of a toilet scraper in the morning. Yep. But, we document that regularly.
I mean, Boog,
on the show because of him.
5:58 a.m. this morning. It was
very regular.
5:58 a.m. this morning.
Doing this together.
It's nice. It's nice here at LA Live, and it's nice in our office because I'll usually, especially early mornings like this, I'll get
Are
the
you guys
toilet
downtown together right now?
Well,
no, I'm home.
Yeah.
I'm home, but he's
me. I'm downtown. I battled through all the rain because I'm a real man. That's why.
Yeah. That's exactly what
I drive. And I drive a Subaru Forester that's all-wheel drive, big dog. Yeah. And so because of those things, I'm able to actually make it here and battle through the weather to get here. But
I
the point is,
sleep an extra.
Sedano's in his robe. Are you in your robe, your pajamas?
No, not
Sedano?
in my robe, but I am in like joggers and like a zip up. Yeah.
But 5:58 a.m.
Are you a jogger?
No, he ain't jogging.
No, I'm not jogging anywhere.
He ain't jogging. But he's wearing joggers.
I got a strained calf, dude. I'm old.
I mean, listen.
Just from walking. That's how old I am.
Dude, he's like LeBron, man. Right. He's on his own schedule. Yeah. But 5:58 a.m., Boog, the bathroom here, when you get it, like when you're the first person in, it's been nicely cleaned. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's still like a little bit of blue water in the toilet. You know what I mean? Like where they've used whatever product it is. So for me, it's very nice. I don't even have to put anything down on the toilet seat. You know what I mean? Like I can literally sit there, get comfortable.
No, what do you mean you don't put anything down on the toilet seat? What's wrong with you?
No, it's clean.
No.
It's clean.
No. Public toilet?
Yeah,
always. I don't care how clean it is.
Listen to me. Later in the day, it's like 5 different layers of toilet paper. But first of the day, I'm clean. No. It's clean. We're all clean together.
No.
What do you think, Boog?
Why are we having this conversation?
Because it's Cappy.
It's just an important part of today.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a YouTube chat.
Yeah, going. There's the music. There's my music.
There he is.
He's wrapping him up. He's wrapping him up. That's
everywhere
it.
I go today.
You should have it as your ringer.
They're going to play that music.
Yeah.
You walk in, you play it on your phone. I'm here.
The music is Basquil here, sending it down to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I'm here, big dog. I got here in my Subaru Forester because I'm a man.
Basquil here. Let's send it back to
Camels.
Doug Glanville and Boog Sciambi at America Park or whatever the hell they call that place.
The Campbell Camels.
Yeah.
They're my favorite team.
I got the Yukon Huskies, and I got you guys this week, Boog. You're a Boston College guy.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, how'd my Pitt Panthers look against BC 2 weeks ago?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Well, it gives me an opportunity to brag to somebody,
Were you excited about Pitt beating FSU?
I was very excited. Hey, listen, we got ourselves a quarterback now. Freshman quarterback, 18 years old. Kid's a rock star. Love that kid.
There you go.
It'll be great when he transfers to Florida State next year.
Exactly.
When they pay him more than Pitt can pay him.
Exactly. When Mike Norvell says, here, kid, here's $3 million. Boog, we love you, buddy. Thank you.
All the best. Drive safe. Love you.
All right, Boogly Boog.
I'm loved that we got in the